I'd say you're full of energy. I just said you sounded great.
I
That's
have
all.
no, I have this fucked up thing happening. I made a doctor's appointment, but they can't get me in until October 10th.
What the fuck?
I can go earlier, but it means I have to take time off work. If it's October 10th, then I don't have to miss work.
Sounds like you should miss work.
Well, I'm starting to like rethink it now that like it's evening again. I don't know if it's like eye exhaustion or what, but I got a spot on my right eye at like the back of my eye that hurts, but it's fine
Ooh.
all day. And then like as it gets later in the evening, it starts to just fucking kill, just pounding. Like it's
Yeah,
not,
you should go
it's
in
not,
and look at that, man.
it's not headache, it's eye ache.
Yeah.
And I
In a
know,
in a dark room, does it bother you then?
yeah, I tried like, avoid electronics, avoid screens, like, don't read. Like I try to do different things, and I think it's just like exhaustion or something. I don't know, but the fact that it's like one spot on my eye that kind of bothers me a bit.
Hmm. Oh, I
So I'll
don't know,
go.
man. You go check that out, man. You can't wait for a month for that
Well, and it was
bullshit.
fine. It was fine for a while. Like it was fine for a couple days, and now it's back to like fucking searing. It's fine.
No, just go to the goddamn doctor when you need to go to the goddamn doctor. We're getting older, man. It's not good. Like because small things like this shit, like, are can become signs of bigger shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, that's true. And you know what? When I made the appointment, I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. I should get it checked out. And then
Yeah, just like me, man. That's what I always say. And then it's like the doctor berates me for not coming in, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should have come
yeah.
in.
No, it's probably a good idea to call tomorrow and just say like, I have that appointment in a month. You know what you got? Any
It
space on next
burns.
week?
Just
Like,
yell about it.
give me, give me the closest time you have. You know what? Unrelated.
Yeah.
Monday, I got to go sign for my will.
Go see your goddamn doctor, man.
Dear God, I hope it's unrelated. Do you worry about dying?
Do I worry about dying? No, because
Yeah.
Irene's around.
Have you like started to process your mortality yet?
My demise. uh no, but I think I lately I need to start thinking about it more.
Yeah. I have been thinking about it more and more. Not that I feel like I'm going to die soon, but you got to come to terms to it, right, with it, right? And again, not that I'm worried about dying in the next like 10 years or whatever. But
I just don't want things to be messy, right? That's
yeah.
the whole thing. So
Well, no, but not even that, not even on a practical thing, but just like, I know some older people, like relatives, who are not okay with dying. And they need to get okay with dying real fast because they're going to die soon, right? Where I have other relatives who
what
are
a
like,
thing to say.
well, no, but it's true though. I guess this is the inevitability of life. And so I have another, like one of my grandmas is not okay with it. And my other grandma is completely fine with it. She's like, what? Like everything now is gravy. Like I have grandchildren, like great grandchildren, like I
can enjoy life right now. Like
yeah,
life is great. Why am I worrying right now?
I would like to stay alive, but it's not how it works. And so, enjoy your days.
Oh, well, why, like let it shit on your life? That's when like things turn sour, I think. But like, yeah, I mean, like just getting the paperwork and all that shit in order. That's all I'm worried about. It's not about thinking about my eventual demise, which will happen at some point. I always tell Irene, like, well, yeah, but I mean, like, I always tell my wife Irene that, if I go ahead and pass away, I'm gonna do it before you.
I kind of feel the same way. I feel like I'll go first.
We both should have married younger girls, and that way it'd be more statistically in our favor.
Younger, hotter girls. For any young people listening, neither of them are going to listen to this show, right? For any younger people listening, don't discredit like how much having a hotter, younger wife does for you. Practicality is not all it's cut out to be.
Don't say that.
It's fine.
It's fine.
this weekend I saw Tim's. What did he say? He's working late or something.
He's got some clinical hours or something like that.
Sure. So he won't be here tonight. I
I'm on call.
talked Jackie into doing it next week.
All right.
So if you want a female perspective on
Senpai's coming to visit us.
Jackie Senpai's coming to visit. But I know she's been playing. I don't think you haven't been playing Dragon Quest, have you?
No.
And I haven't either, but I'd like to hear about it. And I know that she's been deep into it. And so I'm excited to hear about that.
Cool. And we can have some serious My Hero Academia discussions.
I'm not seeing this shit. I can't do it anymore. Actually, so that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
This weekend, I saw Tim and Austin we went to see Mandy.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage movie. It's awesome. It's really, really good. But before that, I figured I'd make it a double header. They were showing like a Dragon Ball Broly movie.
The new one?
Like, well, so when I saw Broly movies playing at the theater, I was like, oh, I want to see that. So I bought tickets for it, and I asked Tom if he wanted to go. He's like, yeah, let's do it. And so showed up at the theater, went inside. It was the old Broly movie. The new one doesn't come out till January.
What?
Well, the new one, like the new one, comes out January 2019.
Oh.
And so it was like the old shitty one. I was like, oh, this sucks. I wasted my money on a Saturday on this. Because not great. I don't know how long it's been since you've seen it, but it's not great.
Oh, that's okay. It has okay animation and shit, but yeah.
Have you seen it recently?
Well, I thought it was okay at the time.
Yeah.
Like as far as like there's like tiers of who's doing the Dragon Ball animation at one time, and in the old series there's like the really ugly stuff, and then there's the stuff that looks like at least Akira Toriyama's like drawing it or something like that.
Sure. It takes place after Androids but before Cell.
Yeah.
Not great.
No, I mean, like those movies were just stupid. That's what it comes down to.
Actually, you know what? If you want to go if you want to double down on Dragon Ball,
no.
Jane and I've been watching the original series.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers for fucking 25-year-old Dragon Ball. But just tonight, watch the episode. Do you know it that well? Do you know it well enough?
Not anymore. So
the past many episodes has been Evil King Piccolo. What he's like, it's not the same Piccolo. It's Piccolo's like from
father.
Dragon Ball. It's his father, right?
Yeah.
And so
Majin Senior.
He's been the big bad guy. And so this was the last episode of that where Goku, like, one of his arms is out and both of his legs are out, and he's laying on his stomach on the ground, and Piccolo's gonna kill him. And then he does this awesome Kamehameha into the ground to like launch himself in the air, and just like puts his fist up and busts a hole through his stomach. It's amazing. So good.
Perfectly okay for young children of all ages.
To see the hero like through the hole in the villain's stomach, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, she watched the original series Gundam movies and saw what's her face, the female Zabi, what's her name?
Sala.
Get her head blown off. So.
Oh, Kristana, yeah, Zabi, yeah. Oh yeah. How's your foray into that? Because last we talked, you were starting Zeta as well, which is the second series.
I haven't watched any. I've been busy.
Yeah.
I haven't really been playing a ton either. I bought one game.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I played a couple demos. I went on Switch Shop and downloaded a bunch of demos.
Okay.
I downloaded the Mega Man 11 demo.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's Mega Man 11.
Is it polygonal or?
So it looks a lot nicer. It's not sprite based.
Okay.
And I appreciate that about it. It looks really nice. I don't really love. They have, I don't know what it's called, burst system. It's not burst, but it's something like that. There's some name where you tap L to L and R to do one or the other. But L maybe is to slow down time, and R is to give yourself like power shots for a short time.
Okay.
And there's a like a time gauge that goes down, and if it hits 0, then you can't use either for a little while.
Okay.
So you got to
So
kind of
there's a
like
cooldown period.
well, the cooldown if you burn it up, like it'll
Okay.
slowly regain gauge while you're not using it.
Sure.
And if you use it all the way up, then it's like disabled for a short time,
Mm,
which is fine. But I don't know,
not great.
it's fine. I'm not excited about it. And I saw the price, like fucking $40. That's bananas. So hard pass 11.
Any
then-
create or no? It's proper Capcom that's doing this.
That's it. It didn't feel like Inti Creates at all.
Okay.
I downloaded the demo off the Japanese shop for Taiko no Tatsujin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool the way they use it. I don't know. I didn't play. There was a Wii one, I think, right?
Yeah.
But it uses the Joy Cons for pong pong. Like it's a drum game, right?
Yep.
And so you have the two Joy Cons, and you just as if you were drumming with them, and that's enough to trigger it. It's not very accurate. Same thing like for Kid. I heard it got an English name, like it's coming out in like Europe, Australia, or something. Probably here.
Yeah, I thought I saw there's like a drum con thing that they have there.
Yeah, and so if it comes out, then I'll probably pick it up if it's here. Not for myself, but I think it's something that you can play with kids easy enough.
Oh yeah, I'll pick it up just because if I can buy the Japanese songs, then that'll be good.
if you can,
if I can.
Yeah, it's always like some different considerations to keep in mind when buying North American releases of music games, right?
Yeah.
I know that Donkey Konga had an awesome track list, and the US release was terrible.
Didn't we import the Japanese one for that one?
Yeah, man. I had like 2 sets of them with both games because it was fun. It was great.
Yeah.
And then Elite Beat Agents was like an amazing. I know it wasn't exactly a direct, translation release. But in terms of like a localized new game, the music was amazing in that game.
Yep. Yeah.
That's how you do it right.
Yeah. I mean, like they're completely different songs from the Japanese selection, but like they captured the same spirit of like the kind of song I think that was in there.
Yep, I felt it fit.
But I had like fun like we had a Taiko no Tatsujin set in when we were together in university, you and I, right? 1 or 2 sets, I can't remember, but I remember getting all the Japanese Taiko no Tatsujin like things and playing with that because their song list has a lot more stuff that was in there.
Yeah,
they released like I think like 6 or 7 of those music discs, whereas like I think we got 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll be excited if they do that in Japan.
I mean, worst comes to worst, just buy a card and buy like the digital download of the Japanese game and just use the North American drum, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. I'm hoping that's going to be available like that.
I'm sure it is. I mean, because it's accessible. As long as you have a Japanese account, just buy it.
Yeah,
won't matter. Actually, how do you get cards now? I used to buy them off of Amazon, Japan, and they just send you the code. But they don't sell them anymore.
Oh, really?
So I don't have a good. I'm sure that you could just find some website that is marked up, but like it was not marked up at all. It was just the cost of the card, right? Because it's just you're buying from Amazon. So
I mean, my buddy's always going to Japan, so if you want, I can always ask him to buy it. And
but then I gotta wait. You know how it is.
Like you accumulate credit, right? And then that way.
Yeah, but I don't always know. Okay, so that's a problem because I bought a couple of cards in the past for PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I know that there's money just sitting on some account somewhere that I haven't used.
Sure.
And so I'd like to avoid it if possible, but I think my Japanese account now has like $1.20 or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's either that or you pay a premium for somebody to give you the card, right? That's
or you get it from Amazon for exchange, but apparently not the case anymore. The other game I bought, and I regret it so hard, and I don't know why I bought it. I'm a fucking moron. I bought a game called Mahjong Huntress on the Switch. It
Okay.
cost me like I don't know, $2 or something. It gave me some what's that game called? The solitaire one. Fancy Solitaire, Fairway Solitaire.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that game called?
Like any of the solitaire.
Regency Solitaire.
Yeah, Regency Solitaire.
It reminded me of Regency Solitaire, only with like the matching Mahjong game.
Oh, Shanghai Mahjong.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, you know what? For $2, it's just, a time waster, watch TV and match some tiles. It's fucking trash. But for $2, I guess I can't complain that much. It's fine. I probably won't ever play it again. I don't know. It bothers me when you have the reason I bought it is so, if I'm watching a TV show I don't really care about, but I still want to watch or that I want to listen to. Say like, Norm Macdonald has a show. That's a perfect example, right? Like there's times in between when he's talking to Judge Judy that I don't really care about what she's saying, but I still want to watch it.
It's a really interesting conversation. Like I really liked it. No?
No, it didn't do it for me. I really like the David Spade interview was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I thought that one and the Michael Keaton one was pretty good too.
I thought it was fine. I wanted more. I want more stories of things, right? Sure. Like his old show, on YouTube on the Jash Network. He would have say his interview with Letterman was really not good in the new Netflix show, but it was incredible on Norm Macdonald Live because they talked about old stories of old things that are like super niche that no one's going to give a shit about and no one's going to understand the connection to. But that's the stuff I want to hear, right? Like paint me a picture of what it was like 30 years ago trying to like make your way and stand up. That's super interesting to me. But so this Mahjong game, the thing that really bothers me is it does like the 3-star system thing where, do this, get 3 stars on a level, move on.
Yeah.
And every single one has a time requirement. So do this in, 120 seconds or whatever. And so I feel like I'm always rushing it and I got to put my focus on it. And I don't want to do that. I want to just, I guess I could play it and not worry about 3 stars, but you know.
Yeah, you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Sorry. I would not say it's completionist. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
How about you? Play anything? Like outside of that, honestly, nothing.
I don't know. Like
Yakuza 2 I played a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna even finish it. I got to the Osaka Castle thing. It was stupid.
So you're done. I think it's good for you to do that because, like, I mean, you've got Fist of the North Star coming out.
And like I said, I was excited.
Not even a month.
The only reason I was pushing myself to continue Yakuza 2, and I'm sure that it's great if you're into it or whatever, but just something about it's not working for me. Pacing I thought was terrible. And so, but I pushed myself to get to Osaka Castle because that's what everybody talked about. And I beat it. I was like, it's fine. And so I think I'm done with it.
Yeah. Like I like coming up, it will be for me. Right now, I have on pre-order the Fist of the North Star game.
Oh, are you in it too?
I have it. I'm still on the fence about it.
That's fair.
I just don't know. Like Fist of the North Star as a series has never really grabbed me, to be honest.
Have you read it?
I read like a couple of chapters, like when it was coming out in Raijin Comics when it was over here.
Yeah, it's very, very good. The comic is very good.
I've just never enjoyed the post-apocalypse like kind of thing, setting and all that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe never been for me.
Sure.
But so I'm kind of on the fence of that one, and then I also have Valkyria Chronicles 4 pre-ordered as well because I've been hearing some nice things about the strategy in there. So
I heard it's like the first one without scouts being broken.
Yeah. So that sounds good to me. But yeah, right now it's all Dead Cells and Spider-Man right now. I put 428 aside for now because I really need to sit down and have a day of playing it, I think. Spider-Man I can kind of pick up, like roll around, get like upgrade things and then be done in like half an hour or something like that, which is fine. Like I can find time for that. But the other stuff, like in for 428, you got to sit down, read, and like be into the story and everything. I just don't have. I can't cut that chunk of time out right now.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Dead Cells also. It's
I
a
want
good
you to
thing.
come, I want you to go back to Dead Cells, but I want to just interrupt you for a second to
Sure.
say the link that you sent me to Amazon Japan right now
Yeah.
for point cards.
Yeah.
Is it the white and blue ones you're telling me to buy? Because these only work with Wii and DSi.
Is it okay?
These are these are not Switch cards.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, go
Hmm.
ahead.
Okay, so I have no, yeah, I just looked those up. Like I wasn't sure which ones are. This said Nintendo card, so
They have like Mario on them.
oh, okay. Well then, but yeah. So the other than that, like I've been playing a lot more Dead Cells still. It's I'm getting pretty consistently up until the past the second boss, and there's a lot of branching paths that have opened up. Like if you go back to the previous areas and um, uh, there's different branching paths because you will unlock certain powers that allow you to access new areas, just like Metroidvania playthrough. But um, like on every run you will have that ability to go down that branching path and get, for example, a new skill down that path possibly, which is a permanent upgrade. You don't have to keep getting that skill on every run. So once you get that, then you'll be able to, for example, stick to walls or break through certain floors and stuff. So and that allows you to open access to new areas and also get free new weapons and things like that when you're making your runs. So that's one of the consistents. Opening up new weapons and playing around with those new weapons has also been a lot of fun. And it's just a really, I found like the control of the game is really tight. Like I haven't felt this good running through an area for quite some time. Um, there are every once in a while, I would say every maybe 5 or 6 runs, you may run into an area where there's just a ton of enemies and you can't get through because you're going too fast and like haven't killed everything in a certain area and it starts piling up, sort of thing. But you can also do a run of trying to just roll dodge and run through a particular level in order to get through it faster or avoid enemies because you've used up all your health vials and stuff. So there's lots of different ways for you to attack a level and lots of ways for you to get through, and the controls are tight enough to allow you to do various different things. So um, I think I wish Tim would spend more time on it rather than dismissing it like he did. I think he would enjoy it. I
And
think he might
Tim's
enjoy it on.
in his old age, he's moved into the buying games, playing them for 5 minutes, and then never touching it again phases of his life.
Sure. Like I'm kind of I really want to know at one point your opinion about it because I know it's probably not worth the money for you right now, but later on, like whenever you get
Eventually, I'll
around to
play
it,
it for sure. Eventually, I'll get to it.
I think it's real tight. Like it's a different kind of like you liked Hollow Knight a lot, right?
Yeah. I
And
so yes, but I don't think it was the be all end all that everybody else seems to think it is.
okay, so my opinion on Hollow Knight was like the controls felt finicky at times. Like it didn't feel like I was getting like hitting the spot where I wanted to all the time, or getting the particular magic that I wanted to come out every single time. Um, it just didn't feel as easy or natural in the movement to me. But I don't know if you felt that same way with the movement in that game. Um, but Dead Cells is kind of a little bit tighter in that aspect. It feels a little bit more like Super Meat Boy, but with a better with an attack system, basically. So, yeah, it's just I don't know. I it's been a while since I've spent this much time with like a platformer for a better term, for lack of a better term, and I'm pretty sure I've spent. Let's see. I have spent 58 hours on this so far. So it's been a lot of fun for me.
That's something.
Yeah. But yeah, I wish I had new stuff to talk about, but it's been kind of same old, and kind of spending time on like watching stuff. So like Norm show was really I thought it was really good. I kind of liked it. Like he kind of shows his very intellectual side when he was talking with Jane Fonda all about things rather than like the comedic side, because that just wasn't the interview was going.
And that's the stuff that I like to see. I thought Jane Fonda was a dead fish, but I thought that like the things they brought up were interesting. Like we're saying the Chevy Chase one where he was telling stories about, you know, playing poker with Johnny Carson, whoever. I just what really? You know what I mean? Going to some party with like I don't know,
some of the Caddyshack stuff, right? And yeah, some of the stories are really good.
But some of the gags were amazing. There's that episode where he says, "Oh, to be a fly on that wall." not understanding what anyone's saying and being afraid of spiders. Pretty good. What did you feel about the Switch Direct or the Nintendo Direct? Did you watch it? Do you follow news from it?
Are we talking about the internet one?
Why don't we let's do hot takes. I'll say something out and you tell me how you feel, okay? Sure. Every Final Fantasy game after 7 except for 8 coming out on Switch.
Who cares?
I have the words I have written down are "don't give a shit." Isabelle and Smash.
That's my actual reaction.
Yeah, I think I might be done with Smash Brothers.
Do you?
I think I might cancel it. I have it pre-ordered, but I might cancel.
See, I haven't played one since the GameCube one, so
yeah.
Like earnestly, I haven't played one since the GameCube one. So
it's not the same. I think like if you're in a house with a bunch, like University was perfect. Like Mila came out at the perfect time.
Yeah.
And we played the shit out of that game where like I bought the last 2 and I play it maybe for 5 to 10 hours and then just kind of don't touch it again.
Yeah. I mean, like I think about it like, you know what? You might have talked me out of it.
Like, do you really?
I'm thinking about it because, like, I really enjoyed. Like, I have the Street Fighter collection. I do pick that up every once in a while and play through Alpha a little bit and stuff like that, or play through Third Strike a little bit. But it's not like I have somebody to play around with it when they're here and stuff. And even with something like Dragon Ball, which we were both hot for and played for a lot more,
and I love it. I still love it. Yeah,
I think we both love it. It's still not like, you know, like pulling us to play at every, like, you know, like we're not setting aside time for it or something like that.
I want to play it more than I care to play it.
Yeah, and at least you have that. I'm not 100% sure we would have that with Smash. So,
yeah.
You know, and that's why you're talking me out of it now.
Yeah.
It'll be busy work for you to unlock trophies, and I don't know whether that's worth it. Like unlocking characters, unlocking trophies, and doing whatever bullshit that they need you to do to open up the game, right? And you know what? Like, I don't know now.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that might prevent me from canceling it outright is just because, like, I got it on the cheap side.
So did I.
So maybe it's worth seeing how it is, and if it's not good within a week, and then sell it off, right?
I don't know. I mean, I love the idea of having like every character ever plus some more characters. And I heard there's like 100-something stages or something. Like it sounds like the collection to get, right?
It
That's
also
all I
seems
can
like
squeeze
a
at.
whole lot of shit to go through, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's say they keep half of them hidden behind some sort of unlocking wall, right? That means that you have like 50 characters to freaking unlock, and who knows how many of those tiny gachapon trophy things. It's just.
Yeah.
But as far as the character is concerned, like, fuck, like why do you think we'd be jumping for joy for an Animal Crossing character in Smash? Like, I don't understand.
You know what though? 10 years ago, I would have lost my mind over that announcement.
Would you?
Yeah. But as it is now, don't care. Speaking of Animal Crossing, I know they kind of teased it and said it's coming out, but it's nothing other than it's coming out. Do you have any wish lists? Do you? I know you played a little bit.
So the last one I played was the DS one, and I don't know. Like, I haven't played a single one since then.
So maybe time to jump back in.
Is it?
I will pick it up, but I've played all of them since, and so it's a little less compelling just because I don't expect major changes. I'll tell you, let's say that they announce more about the game, and then we find that there's like persistent online, where either say like you and I and Tim and whoever else like all live in the same town, and it's a persistent space that we can see each other. Like holy shit in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen. Yeah. That's not gonna happen.
Like, you have your own shard basically that boots up every time you go into it, and everybody just like,
well, like rooms in Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Only it saves the world as well.
Exactly, because it would have to be that in order for us to scam the fishing rod from Tim again.
If it was like a neighborhood based system thing where you could like, make it a town where I can go next door and go to your town, but I don't need you online too.
Yeah.
And don't limit me as much when I'm there. Like, I'm not gonna like fuck you up and stuff, but just, I don't know, let me do something. I'm not sure. I like the idea of living in a town with people that's not local, right? Like
I think that's cool, and I think your ideas are great. I just don't think Nintendo has the balls to go through with them, right?
It's funny because I think we're at the same place that we just were with Melee. Like, I want the same university experience that I had with that game, but I want it as a near 40-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? Like, on my own time, asynchronous, like, and not necessarily asynchronous, but like, maybe we log on. I'm like, hey, Keenan's on, and then we play together.
Yeah.
But
the persistent thing would be the cool thing to do. Now the only problem is like,
it's Nintendo.
Yeah, and I don't trust their networking, and I don't trust that they'll know how to do this properly, and like we'll have like whatever, because they'll sell like 3 million of this game in Japan like they always do, and
here too though, to be honest, it sells here like hotcakes too.
But 6 million instances that they have to manage, let's say, even just if they allow everybody to have one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would love it, but it takes a smarter company than Nintendo to pull it off. I think
that's the next step it has to take, though, is like, okay, so we have my town, that's fine, but they're towns, and we live in a world with lots of towns, and so why not connect them, right?
You know what would be good is if one of the other companies who have better like technical knowledge were able to do something like that. Yeah. That would be something for the people to create their own Animal Crossing like game. But
yeah, but I don't want to play that shit. It doesn't have half, like, part of Animal Crossing is the charm of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Like that game when New Leaf was coming out, and they had trailers for it. Like, I watched the trailer and it makes me tear up just because the music is so, like, it nails that nostalgia feeling, right? Like, nostalgia for something that you were not a part of. Like, you can say for old games, but that's not what it's nostalgia for. It's nostalgia for like small town living. I don't know. It's weird.
Is Nintendo giving you a little nudge saying, hey, come on back. Your friends are here. Come on. They miss you. They want to talk to you. KK Slider's got a new song for you. Come on.
I'll check. Like, I don't want to make it sound for a second like I won't buy it day one.
Yeah.
Because I will.
Sure.
Nice segue to Switch Online.
I mean, the price is fine.
The price is great.
What am I paying for?
NES Netflix. I'm down. Right? That's what it is.
I understand, but Netflix is something that you can get anywhere, and
I don't pay for Netflix.
I understand, but I mean, like for example, like I don't know what in that game what in the NES games I would care about, because I don't have a whole lot of fond memories of a lot of the NES first party NES games from Nintendo. To be honest, like unless the Star Tropics is first party, right?
Yes, but it's not like announced for system at all. It's not announced for.
But that's the quality of game that I would be like interested in playing again on the NES, and it's never the first ones that they have. They always have like the basic ones like golf and balloon fight and all that stuff, and
it's
I'm
always the same ones, right?
Yeah, I'm not interested in that stuff. Give me some of the later NES stuff, like some of the third party stuff. Like when I had a Famicom, the amount of actual Nintendo games that I had up for that system was Mario Brothers 3, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was third party, Mega Man and Final Fantasy and all that stuff. So, like I have a lot of fond memories for Ninja Gaiden. I have a lot of fond memories for all the third party stuff, just not Nintendo stuff too much.
And it's funny because I want to say, well, give it time, but at the same time, I know Nintendo, and given time, you're going to be disappointed. Sorry. Yeah. You know how this works.
I already have Punch Out, the one game that I really like from their collection, on my 3DS, so I don't need it on the Switch. Like, if they made it like SNES, like, which is what they should do, then that is a little bit more compelling. But like even then, I have a pretty comprehensive SNES collection. But at least those are more of the games that I really fell in love with Nintendo on,
The Super Nintendo games. Well, they'll tease these out for a year or two, and then maybe by the end of next year, we'll start getting SNES games. But again, still unlikely, I'd say.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, like they had it on the new 3DS, but like not the regular one, right? So
I think Switch can handle it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Switch can handle it. I mean, you don't have to recode the game so that they can be played multiplayer. Like, just give me SNES games on there. That's fine.
Well, it's okay. So how about this as a selling point, though? If it's got Dodgeball on there, as one of the release games, and it's online multiplayer, hell yes, I'll jump into that. That's worth $20 in itself. No.
Not original Dodgeball. I don't really like the first one. Like the later ones have like different like patterns for your super attacks and stuff. Like they're a little bit more advanced. The original one's pretty like plain. You know what I mean?
I think it'd still be fun. And I think I come at it from a different frame, because I think that a lot of my excitement for it comes from, hey, kid, come on over here. Let's try some of these out. Right? Like in a way that's not awkward and loading up emulators on some shitty GUI that doesn't really work properly. Like this is something that's, I'm sure that it's going to be easy to get into, right?
Sure.
I think that's value add for me for sure. So we'll see. The only other thing in the re-releases and ports, 4 days. Like I was so disappointed watching. So I watched it live, the Nintendo Direct, and it's just this game that came out 3 years ago, it's on Switch now, and this game also that came out 2 years ago, it's also on Switch. Like, I don't give a shit. Like I want to see new games because I already have all these other games, right?
Sure. I would like the one I want is still whatever like I want to have that come out. Freaking what do you call it? The Atlas one, the Fire Emblem.
Sharp FE.
Yeah.
Sessions.
Yeah.
It'll come. There's no way it's not coming.
I would expect it by now. Like
I was watching videos from that the other day. I loaded up some of the music videos just to go through.
I
It's
know,
a
and you
good game.
hyped it up, right? And
It's a
I'm
good game.
interested.
It's a
I
good
am
game.
interested. Chris has sold me on this. Now get this goddamn game on this freaking system because hardly anybody played that game, and it was on everybody's top 10 list.
Yeah, I have it for Wii U if you want to borrow it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me put that in my Switch. Oh wait. Like I don't like, geez, that game. Okay, not only was it on your top 10 list, it was on freaking like everybody who played its top 10 list.
It was really fun.
It was like almost like the max for some of the people, like some of the like first like of that particular year for some people. It's just crazy. Like
Yeah,
I don't understand.
And don't look at it. I don't want you to overblow it because it's trash. Like it's totally like. But it's a lot of fun. It makes you feel good when you play. It's totally like power friendship bullshit, you know. But it totally did it for me. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I don't want to get into like a whole conversation about Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, but I actually really like their decisions in localization to, and it's funny to hear me saying this, but to censor some of the stuff in it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with all the decisions, but I think that some of the costume choices, I think that some of the changes that they made are actually better than the original, and made me feel less creepy playing it than I otherwise would have.
Yeah,
not creepy, just less creepy. It's not a game you want to play around others.
Sure. Which is why it's even more perfect for the Switch. So come on, like Chris is doing all your marketing for you.
That's right. What do you think about the one that's always paired with it is Wonderful 101? Did you ever play that?
No, but you have a lot of high.
I got a lot of love, a lot of time for that game.
Yeah, that has less universal love, but like there's definitely like a core following for that.
One of the most bombastic endings in any game. Oh. It's so good.
Yeah, but like, why don't they have those releases on here? Like, I don't understand. Well,
because they're niche as shit. They didn't sell anything the first time. They probably won't sell anything this time.
Okay, and Xenoblade Chronicles and that
especially Xenoblade Chronicles, like what is it called, Torna, whatever. Like it's Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like expansion release, but it's a standalone game. Like I don't understand that at all. So yeah, bring it out then. Let's do it. Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yeah. I mean, they're freaking. They're trying to release Daemon X Machina, which looks okay. Look, that's totally up my alley. I will get it. But me and like the 100 people that are gonna buy that game are not gonna make it into a successful franchise. Like I don't understand what this risk adversity for Atlas to well, I guess it's Sega now to release Tokyo Mirage Sessions is. It's like, come on, you like printing money? Let's go.
What do you think? The only other game that I'm so
Capcom beat 'em
up. No, I got that like pre-bought. It's loading.
It's
right, like pre-loaded already.
Okay. I want to play Cyberbots again. It's been a while.
It's not Cyberbots is not on there.
Armored Warriors, isn't that Cyberbots?
Cyberbots is the fighting game.
Yeah, but like before it became Cyberbots,
it's
it was
the mechs from Cyberbots, but it's not like the game Cyberbots.
Yeah.
You'll see Bloodia, but you won't see Jin Saotome.
Yeah.
How fucking like old and that sentence is the worst because it's like some obscure-ass Japanese game that came out 15 years ago
on the Saturn, on the Sega Saturn. All right.
So that Capcom beat 'em up collection looks amazing. What is it? Let's see if we can get all 6 games. I know the one that I'm most excited for is Battle Circuit. Battle Circuit's amazing. You ever play it?
No.
Absolutely fantastic. It's so fun.
Knights of the Round.
Knights of the Round. Is it Knights of the Round or is it like Knights of the Round? Is it actually
There's
that one?
King of Dragons and Knights of the Round.
I think it's King of Dragons. Or is it both? I think it's King of Dragons.
The one with the 3 players is King of Dragons, I think. 3 players at the same time. I have that on the SNES. There's the...
These ones are like arcade releases, are they not?
Yeah, but the one with the big characters, like that one is Knights of the Round.
Mhm.
The ones with like the Dungeon and Dragons looking characters are as King of Dragons. So the one with the cleric and like mage, that one with the bars on the bottom and levels.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's Knights of the Round.
So it's
Captain.
final fight, King of
Yeah,
Dragons,
yeah,
Captain Commando,
yeah,
Knights of the Round. So it's both.
yeah.
Warriors of Fate, and
Oh yeah,
then
that's the Romance of the Three Kingdoms one.
yeah, which I'll totally be down for, and then
Yeah,
Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit. So I can
yeah,
tell you, just from I haven't played all of these. I've played most of them. Final Fight is Final Fight. Like it's always awesome.
yeah.
King of Dragons, I have never played.
That is a very good game.
Cool. Captain Commando is fine. Knights of the Round is fine. I haven't played Warriors of Fate.
Yeah.
Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit. I haven't played Armored Warriors, but I love Battle Circuit.
And hey, man, 4-player action, man. That's all that we really need.
And it's crazy that it's like online multi is nuts.
Yeah,
I'll do that shit.
yeah.
So that's cool. Well, I
Good on
wonder
you,
if you can
Capcom.
do,
I like that. 6 of them in one. That's a real good value there.
this one's 7. There's 7.
Oh,
I
sorry,
said
7.
6, but there's 7. I hope that you can do so. Say on like a 3-player one. I think Captain Commando's 3 players, isn't it?
I think so.
In any case, I hope you can do 2 local and 1 online.
Oh, mixing? Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be good.
I'm excited for it. I'm really, really excited for it.
Yeah. Katamari?
Again, as a kid thing,
Yeah.
Jane and I played through Turtles in Time, and she loved it. Like we played a couple of these, like the SNES ones, and she was all over them. And so the main reason why I was like 100%. I mean, I'd probably get it anyways because it's cool, but like this is perfect as a kid game, you know.
Throwing guys into the TV screen, man. That was
Yeah.
the Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
Some nice stuff.
And you dropped it before I could, but yeah, Katamari is the one where that's the wild card. I'm not. I don't see a reason that I need to get it, but at the same time,
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and if I buy it, then it's going to be pretty much for the music. Like I want to revisit the world, you know.
It's been a while. I don't want to pull out my PlayStation 2.
Your PS2, yeah.
Yeah. Just like I can't remember what system it's on.
Yeah. I remember because I bought it twice. I bought the Japanese one and the North American one.
Okay, so PS2, and I don't own it on any other system. So let's I'll
Did the original ever come out on anything else?
I thought they did a bunch of remasters on different platforms, and I can't remember all of them.
I'm not sure.
They renamed it a bunch of times, didn't they?
I haven't been into any. Like I was super into the first one, and then like all the subsequent ones, maybe I play for like a few minutes, but nothing really ever caught me after that. But the first one was, lovely.
Yeah. Like Fortissimo was the second one. Is that right?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Do you know, I found out about that game. The first time I heard about it was, you know how you used to get like fan sub VHS?
Yeah.
And so every once in a while, like they'd leave in the commercials.
You want to explain what a fan sub is? Like
Jesus.
I think
way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Before Blu-rays, before DVDs. We used to, I don't know if you did the same way, but I used to send money orders to, because that's when like the web was relatively new, right?
We didn't have enough bandwidth to do the kind of transfers for video. Like even MP3s and MP2s back in the day when there were MP2s, there wasn't enough like bandwidth to even do that pretty much. Like, so all that you had was so the media format for video at that time was VHS and Betamax, but we won't talk about Betamax. It's all VHS basically. And in order to get like anime, like translated anime TV shows, which weren't always getting released all the time,
that
wasn't
released by Manga Entertainment or like Media Blasters.
That wasn't getting released, period. you had people who were dedicated to the craft subtitling them on their own. So this is like before the digital, like all the fan subs groups online started doing that, and Crunchyroll started doing this thing. So they would just put their own subtitles in, and for a nominal fee.
And again, though, like on a cassette tape, like they would have masters that would have like you'd have like the laser disc was usually the master, like the source, and
the
then
good ones,
the master VHS would be like the first generation.
We gotta talk about
the laser disc
degrading copies. As we
I remember having like a fourth gen like.
Fourth gen means he made a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
But if that's what you had to do, man, that's what you had to do.
And then VHS, you had SP and EP.
Yeah, everybody recorded on fucking SP, like be pissed. What's the no on EP? On sorry,
EP
SP.
Fast, yeah.
What was the whole point of that?
Is you could record more on a VHS, but like the quality was worse.
How did we get to this?
Fan subs.
Yeah, but from where?
You were talking about Katamari Damacy, like the
oh yeah. So I saw a commercial. I saw a commercial for the game on one of those, and I was like, "What is this?" And I remembered it was. You could probably find it online. I'll see if I can find it. Post to the Facebook group. But yeah, it looked amazing. And then I'm glad that it exploded here because it's a fantastic game.
Yeah. Every once in a while, they leave the commercials in between the show because they copied it from a TV broadcast rather than from a laser disc. So you'd get some bonus Japanese commercials of like SMAP playing their Dragon Quest commercials and things like that.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
Those were the days.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. When information was not so readily available, you had to scrape for it wherever you could.
So I got a Katamari commercial posted here. I found it on YouTube. Published on March 8, 2006. And I can guarantee I saw it before 2000. This is exactly the commercial that did it for me. I'll post it to Facebook.
Yeah, that was when somebody uploaded it, which means like it's probably already 10 years, like no, not 10 years old, but at least 5 years old.
But I must have seen it in what 2000.
Wait, PS2? No. Yeah,
probably 2002.
When was the release date of it again? It was released in 2004. So
also maybe 2002 or 3.
Yeah.
It could have been released in 2004. There's no way.
So it says on Wikipedia, buddy.
The English one or the Japanese one?
The Japanese one, March 18th, 2004.
That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense to me in my head. Just what I remember of university, that doesn't make sense, but I guess that's how it is. So am I buying this or what?
I think I'm going to buy it. If that helps alleviate your guilt.
Yeah, I probably will too then.
Yeah, everything else is like Dark Souls, whatever. Like the Game Freak RPG is okay, but I want Game Freak to do a platformer. Like that.
It doesn't look. Well, careful what you wish for though, because the Harmonite was fine. Tembo is fine. I don't want platformer.
Give me a new drill dozer. Drill dozer.
I don't want to do platformer. I want to do drill dozer.
Drill dozer, for those guys that did not play this game on a GBA, is like one of Game Freak's best games. It's a girl in like a drilling suit, right? And the cartridge would rumble whenever you engage the drill, and you'd use that to break open places and all sorts of stuff. It was like just crisp, is what I would say is the word for it.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh man.
All right. I guess I'm tapped for this week. I don't know if you got anything else you want to talk about.
No, yeah, that direct was interesting. I'm still like, somebody convinced me why I need to pay for online, other than to play with Chris.
Yeah, so we can play that battle game.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what it's called? Do you know what it's called in on the Japan store?
No.
The name. Hold on. Give me a second. Talk about something while I find this.
I have owned Final Fight 3 times in my life. Once on a GBA, another time on the SNES. Like this is the third time I've owned Final Fight, and the first time that I can play with a second player at the same time.
So this genre in English is called beat 'em up.
Yeah.
In Japan, it's called belt action.
Belt action.
Because I guess it's like conveyor belt, right? You beat guys up, go to the next thing. Beat guys up, go to the next thing.
Okay.
Belt action collection is what it's called in Japan.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
You know what? I might like, as far as NES games are concerned, is Double Dragon really like one of the announced games? That's
probably not
the only other one. Yeah. That's another one from those early games I would like not mind playing again.
Yeah. So next week, Senpai special.
Yes. Hopefully she'll look at me this time.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a week, guys.